In the module Pastoral Leadership, the theology class of 2020 of the Heidelberg College of Higher Education was split into two groups. Group 1 specifically looked at the causes and symptoms of pastoral burnout. Ricky Smith, in his journal article Understanding and Overcoming Burnout, says that burnout is a syndrome that affects the health of helping professionals. Pastor Dani Potgieter has got some insight on this. Let's listen to what he says.
Welcome, Pastor.
Thank you very much.
Can you please explain to us what is burnout and give us some causes and symptoms of burnout, please?
Thank you. Rudy, it seems that burnout is when an individual has been exposed over a significant time to stresses, various stresses.
Okay.
And then it depletes the natural resources for a person to cope with stress.
All right.
And then we've got burnout.
So what causes a person to suffer from burnout? Let's listen to some of our classmates that will share a few of the causes of burnout. Those causes, according to Sanders 2009, are as follows.
Workload, if your workload is more than you can handle.
Alleged lack of control. Not setting boundaries on work hours will lead to burnout.
Reward, if the reward you receive does not match your efforts.
Community, if you can't cooperate with your colleagues. For example, a pastor handles a particular situation in a specific way, but the church board wants him to handle it in a different way. This could also contribute to burnout.
Fairness, if you don't receive the necessary recognition you deserve.
Values mismatch. This means that when you don't believe in the values of your organization, a lack of motivation will occur, leading to burnout. In our interviews with both Pastor Gous and Pastor Potgieter, they shared valuable information on burnout. Let us listen to what they say.
You burn out because you attend every single meeting, you run every single program, you feel that you have to say yes to everything. So I think those are the major causes, is that sense of responsibility that you have.
So what would then cause burnout? Well, things that cause stress. And if we talk about ministry, we need to think about things in the ministry that will cause stress. In the ministry, we don't always have routine. Things change a lot. There might be a lot of criticism as to how you do things, your sermons. There might be difficult church boards. And so I can mention lots of stresses that will add and will cause and eventually lead to burnout because of the constant exposure to stresses.
This brings us to the next part of our presentation. What are the symptoms?
So I think, some of the symptoms is or the major symptom to me would be you lose that desire to wake up in the morning and do 100% for the Lord. And it's not just a spiritual struggle, it's a physiological thing as well.
How would you know that you have burnout? Well, it looks like there are three categories broad categories of symptoms. It is the cognitive, thinking patterns. It is emotional, how you feel, and also in your behavior.
All right.
In closing, these signs and symptoms are red light, constant fatigue, sleep disorders, reduced performance, concentration and memory problems, reduced initiative and imagination, all point to a problem. Having heard the input of both Pastor Potgieter and Pastor Gous, we can now safely say that pastoral burnout is a true reality. I want you to look out for these signs and symptoms so that you don't fall victim of pastoral burnout and become another statistic.